Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines 2. Today, we are back in the city of Toro Canyon, and we're going to be taking care of a lot of rezoning, traffic issues, and adding on to the city in today's episode. One of the big things that we're dealing with in the city is this main intersection has a ton of traffic coming onto it. So I'm sort of following where people are going, looking to see how I can dial in these roadways. And from what I'm seeing, it's not really this main intersection out here that we're having issues with, but I do see that the main issue that we're having is the second intersection. So my focus is, where are these people going to? So if we speed this up, we can sort of see that people are mostly going down to the left, and the intersection that they're ending up at, that they're trying to turn down to, would be this one here. So what we're going to do is add in a 2-lane road here. This is going to give an extra entrance to the city, so everybody's not trying to single file down that one road there. Now we're going to swing over to the other side of the city as well and see if there is anywhere that we can start zoning out. Now we do have this low density housing here that we want to get rid of and move the medium density in, or some row housing and stuff. And then this middle section that we have is going to be our commercial district. That's going to be our strip district out there. Now, since this is going to be pretty much the higher density down here of the city, we're also going to start moving some shops into that area. We don't want things to be too cluttered with commercial buildings. I try to keep them centralized in certain places, but you got to remember that you have the suitability standard that you have to deal with. So once you start laying down some things, you just got to make sure that the suitability is good for the two. What I'm doing now is I'm expanding onto our office area. I'm trying to grid it out to the point that we're not interacting with the city going into the industrial area, because people will complain about living too close. Another traffic issue that we're having here is this main entrance going into the city. So I'm going to redesign this roadway going in, sort of like a bypass. A lot of people are coming into the city and then wanting to turn right. So we're just going to circumvent both the roundabouts, so that way the roundabouts can mostly be for the people that want to go straight, and then everybody else that's still wanting to go right can pretty much funnel through that exit ramp there and come straight onto the road and get dialed in. So this main traffic issue here is one that sort of frightens me. I think the thing that we're going to have to do is add on some highway. So I'm going to probably keep some area between the office spaces in the main city, because if I don't do that, then I'm not going to have area to throw a highway down through here. We're also dealing with some traffic down here, which I don't understand why there's traffic here. I guess it's because there's one entry and exit point to the office area here. So we'll throw on this roadway here, try to get this as close as possible, take off the locking mechanism there. Try not to create too many intersections in the city, but if there's already an intersection there, what's the difference between a 3-way and a 4-way? And that's sort of what I'm dealing with there. So this is going to be the extra add-on to our industry area. I'm not gridding out the whole ways down because I am figuring that there is going to be a main roadway that comes through here with this 4-lane, because the other 4-lane that we have is actually up on Keys. So you can't get to that road from these roads in here. So that sort of separates the industry area itself from the road that everybody's driving on to get to the cargo port. The reason why I decided to do it this way was because I didn't want traffic piling up outside of our cargo port, because people were just trying to get to certain places in the industry area, plus they were trying to get to the cargo port and then out of the cargo port to go somewhere else. We just separated the two and made it so that the only traffic that's going to be on that outside road is going to be anybody that's dealing with just the cargo terminals. So now we're going to follow along this roadway here with our little tool that allows us to make everything look like concrete. I think it looks a lot better whenever it all looks like concrete over there underneath the industry sector instead of there being grass and stuff. It just looks like it's supposed to be the way that it is. And then I'm determining where these parking garages are going to go because I just know that once I start zoning in these areas that I need to zone in, that we're going to deal with some parking issues and everything. And I need to fit one of these down in here because we're having issues with coverage. So I'm going to take that little row house there and a little row house on that. And that's what our actual issue is. Okay. So we needed to actually, there was no connection there. That's why they weren't able to do it. I don't even know why they built onto that alleyway then. So now we're going to rezone out this. What I want to do though is we're going to add some shops to the end of this. And the reason why I add shops is because if I'm going to do row housing, I want to make sure that everything is off of the main strips. So those 4-lane roads that we have, I don't want the row housing to be subject to frontals on the main road. I want all of the houses facing those side streets. That way they all are uniform and it doesn't look like things were just thrown together in those areas. So that's one thing that I look around for as well. And we rezone those out to the medium density. Completely gets rid of the rest of the low density that was left in the city that I wanted nothing to do with anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to expand this over here, and this is going to give us that low density back that we just got rid of. And actually, it's going to be a lot more dense, the low density, than we had before. But we'll just throw something. I like neighborhoods to be fluid. I don't know if there's something wrong with me whenever I sort of think about the way that a neighborhood's put together in my cities, but I never really think of a neighborhood as being something that's like gridded out. And I don't know if that's incorrect of me to assume. I mean, I guess a lot of the neighborhoods that I live in are gridded out, but like this is a neighborhood that's up in the hills. Like I feel like it's not supposed to be gridded out. Like that would be bland. But I'm pretty sure at some point in the future we will have some low density housing that we're going to be putting on like an actual upscale, I guess you would call it, development type of area where it's some high end quote unquote housing that's on a gridded HOA block or something of the sorts. So that might be what we are going to work into at some point in the future, but for right now we're just dealing with these wisping neighborhoods up in the hills, and I sort of need to start remembering that we don't want big huge cliffs falling off of here. So we're going to shift up this terrain and then we're going to smooth it out to the best of our abilities. I might have to figure out a way to lower this here. If we got some areas that look like they're a little more like I don't need grass everywhere, but if we're figuring out somewhere that's a little bit more rocky, that's probably what I'm going to look for. I don't know if I want this big cliffside here behind this. I mean, this doesn't look bad. But if we dial this in a little bit, we might be, yeah, that looks great the way that it sits there. And then we just gotta, there's a ton of fertile land here. So we just gotta, let's throw down another farm. But this is gridding right into the, which I don't want it to. There's this path here. I don't want the farms, which that other farm is already gridded into that path. I really didn't want for that to happen. And this is going to be an out of control farm here with the way that I followed this through. But I just know that this is something that can help us probably do some exporting, and it also makes this area look really good. Almost like it's gridded out by, oh, there used to be farms up here, and then families just sort of kept building the neighborhoods off of this area, and the city came from it. We're going to do some more farms up in that hillside. But for right now, I mean, I wanted to keep it simple. I also didn't want to have like 30 different farms sitting up there because that's why I keep anarchy on whenever I'm doing those farms. Because if you do a farm normally, you can only keep it inside that circle. I didn't want to do anything like that, because as soon as I started keeping it in that circle, we were going to have 30 farms up there. It wasn't going to look as good. I wanted sprawling fields going on. So since we have the sprawling fields taken care of, that's sort of going to be something that I keep continuing with. Now I wanted to see what we have for connection wise for sewage, because I feel like sewage is an issue that we should be dealing with. And actually, this map has connections all over it. Again, if you're looking to use this map, I have my mods down in the description, my Paradox mods account. So you could go ahead and look at the playset that I'm dealing with and everything. I will link down below as well what map I am using. This is a custom map. The reason why I selected it was actually because of the amount of buildable area that it had, but there was also a great connection with the amount of water that we had and the amount of hills. So the connection I sort of wanted to have was enough area to build a dense populated city, but I also wanted sprawling hills like we're doing up there with the farms. So we got the farms that I wanted, we got the sprawling hills with the neighborhoods, but we also get this area down here by the water, which allows us to have ports, which allows us to have a huge city. So that's why I picked this map. But we're going to add on a passenger train over here. This is going to be the terminal that sort of brings people into the city. And I just picked one of these unelectrified. This is from one of my mod packs that I have as well, which will be in the playset. These trains are awesome. I mean, it gives you amazing looking locomotives that drive across here now. We have non-electrified trains, so if you want everything to just be like coal power, gas powered trains, you could completely do that. If you want to do electrified trains, you just use the normal train systems as before, and you get those trains that are electrified, I guess. So the next thing that I wanted to take care of was building this entryway into the city. And I understood that people were trying to get in and out in certain areas, so we added on a few exit points throughout the city here. And like I said, if I already have an intersection somewhere, my big thing is what's the difference between three-way and a four-way. Just go ahead and slap in another road into those areas, just so that way everything can be taken care of. Now, what you'll see is I usually don't like dialing in an entry point with an exit point. So if I have an entry point coming into the city, I usually don't put an exit point near it. An exit point will be somewhere else because I feel like that sort of crowds up intersections. I don't want people that are trying to leave the city and enter the city going through at the same point. That's normally when traffic starts to occur. So we have those two entry points that we put in and then an exit point away from it. Now, what we're looking at here is trying to figure out where we're going to go on the city. I am going to do the high density there, but we're going to leave the beachfront. I'm probably going to do waterfront housing down there, which is low density. And we got to start thinking about as well the connectivity that we have on our city. So we have the telecom towers there. We're probably going to have to upgrade and get the other telecom towers going on. And we need to get our post office situated, because if we don't have our post office situated, people are just going to complain. Happiness goes down. It's not as easy to get buildings to upgrade to level 5. So we just need to make sure that we have post boxes all over the city. And I place these post boxes on every block, but you'll see something here whenever I start going over into the industry area. So you'll see that the streets are green coated, but once I start getting to areas over here where it's red and I put down a mailbox, it very much highlights the whole area to keep it green. So I might be putting too many mailboxes down this, and I don't want that there actually. I was thinking about that, but I don't want a mailman going whole way. That's sort of like a gated community down there. That's just the people that live along the water. We don't want them having to deal with a mailman coming down the street or something of the sorts. So I moved the mailbox up a little bit. But that entry point's already getting a lot of traffic to it. I'm trying to figure out if I don't want all this green space in here, but But I also didn't know if I wanted to do an alleyway or if I wanted to do an actual roadway. But we'll just do a 2-lane road through here and get this stuff gridded out. So the high density is already building in. We already have another demand for it. So let's build another street going along here. It's going to be another 6-lane street. The reason why I wanted to do a 6-lane street beside this is because I know that traffic's going to start getting really heavy. I know that the solution to traffic getting heavy isn't throw another lane in it. It's only one. The normal civil engineer is only 1 lane away from fixing all the issues with traffic. I know that that's the running joke, not something that I wanted to fully commit to on that part of being a part of. I'd like to keep my cities gridded out with a nice road hierarchy. I'm just knowing that down there in that frontal, you're probably going to need 2 6-lane roads. Those are going to be the 2 main areas where everybody's jumping off of at that point. So we got a lot of traffic coming up through here, and I mean, I'm in love with this neighborhood. Truly in love with this neighborhood. But let's focus on this over here a little bit and get this gridded out. Level 9. I love whenever I get to the next level because it just like the amount of money that you get off of it is so great. I'm gonna put this roadway here. I'm gonna leave that as a dead end. I sort of don't want to, like I said, I don't want to connect down into that roadway down there by the cargo port because I don't want to create traffic on that area where there doesn't need to be traffic on that area. And I also want to build an entrance and exit ramp here so that way, some of the people that need to get to the cargo area or the industry area don't have to drive the whole ways back up through the city. They can just go here. And this may, with the amount of people that are already flowing through here this quick, this may be an issue. So we'll throw some roundabouts on there so that just flows through. But this may end up giving us traffic issues in different spots. I think that's the craziest thing too, because there's only 30. Like there's like 30 or 40,000 people where I live, and we don't have traffic like this on the highways. I think the amount of traffic that shows through on this game is absolutely ridiculous. Way too high. I need to figure out if there's a realistic traffic mod because you have 28 30,000 people in the city. There's no reason why there should be 112,000 cars on the road coming into the city. I'm also checking to see where all of our train ports are at. And I didn't know where this went here, but this actually just goes under the ground and flips around. So we could actually do what I was deciding to do before, which is probably put a train cargo terminal up there where that train's coming through on the left. But I'm also concerned about how much traffic is coming through here now. And I don't know if there's a way that I'm going to be able to fix that traffic that's coming through there. I'm also wondering if I should add on something else. I mean, there's a ton of people coming up through here. But yeah, let's throw this cargo terminal in over here, this train terminal, whatever we want it to be. And I don't know if I want to connect that. This might just be a dead end that I leave here. Nothing else to come to it. Just that dead end. But I mean, there is a ton of traffic here. I don't understand. Like, you think a roundabout, people just don't know how to go around it. There's not a lot of people coming from the other side of the roundabout. So why is that? Why is this not just flowing through? They're actually going to the left, and they're going up and out, which is kind of weird. I mean, if that's the way that they get to there, we might have to do something where we throw in a road from the highway there to that exit point. Might do that in another episode. There's other stuff that I need to focus on here. We'll grid out this area some more. I'm also wondering what I want to do with this green area between all this. Make sure we have anarchy off and just doing all adult. Like, this is all. Why are these all baby trees? I don't understand why that placed all baby trees, but I'm not too. I want to get this path in here. Not too worried about the baby trees right now, but we will have to fix that at some point. I don't know if I want to put. Is this worth putting a walkway through here? I guess, but now we have that there, so we might as well. No. And we need a shop here because this is just wide open at the bottom. See, I didn't put shops on that side, so that was dumb of me not to do that there. That was very dumb of me. But we need full. Yeah, these are oak trees. Okay. I was trying to figure out what trees I needed to put down here. We need full grown trees down here. And make sure your anarchy's off, because like we know, we don't want to be placing trees inside buildings or something of the sorts. But it just makes it look so much better. I mean, you get that little bit of foliage inside the city where those big open grass areas are, and you just fill them with trees or something of the sorts. Makes it look good. I mean, you throw down a path or two, makes it look good. And like I said, we're going to expand this out here, but we want to keep some distance. We're not going to connect this area into the normal part of the city because I want to, right here between these two roads, I want to go ahead and create a highway that goes down through. And I don't know why that's not. Guess that wasn't the right length or something of the sorts. That was just off. And that is gridded so terribly, but I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, there's a lot of one-lane roads in here. I didn't understand that I was putting down one-way roads, but we'll see how the traffic works in there. It might be beneficial for that to be in that regard. And we have a ton of traffic down here. I don't understand what's going on, but we'll actually create a one-lane road here because I feel like there's a lot of people that are trying to turn right, so we'll get rid of that right turn and deal with all these different areas of people driving through, and we don't want people making that U-turn. So we'll get rid of all those U-turns and those bad turn lanes that we have going on there, and we don't want people going straight from that lane. We want this lane to flow through, so we get rid of people driving in that far right lane. And then we might have to go ahead and put actually a walkway down. So let's see if I don't know how high this has to go in order to be able to put this walkway down. I mean, I guess that should be good. And I don't think we need anything more than just that. Oh, okay. And I wonder if there's anywhere else that people want to do. Should I extend it out over like this? I don't know where I'm trying to. I don't know if it also has to be this high. I mean, this seems like super, super high. I mean, that pops up a little bit from where it's at. I don't think it's. I don't know if you're able to. Yeah, that like humps up in that section. So let's see if we can like 6 makes it good. Okay, so we have that there. Then we have that. Okay, that looks nice. I don't know if I want to delete. I mean, that's working the way it needs to work right now. I'm not sure that I want to go ahead and move anything dealing with that. And these re-gridded because I put down the damn walkways. I hate when it does that. Like, you put something down and it just re-grids everything going on. So now we have a. I mean, just throwing in a couple of those high density buildings, I mean, we got a ton of traffic here now. So this traffic's probably only going to get worse as things go on. Maybe throw down a hospital here, which we're probably going to throw down a larger hospital at some point, but we need to make sure that's taken care of. And now there's traffic over here. What's going on? It's probably because of people were trying to get up there, and there's really no. It's getting dialed up right here at this intersection. I wonder, might end up removing that stoplight from there or something. Sometimes you need to just, like we'll see at some point probably during this build, that I just pick up a road and say, yeah, we can't do a road where we have I'll just do a bridge over top of it, take a 4-lane road and just do a bridge over top of a road that was connected to before, just because the intersection's too bad. People just need to pass through one another, and that's just the way it has to be done. And I also get rid of a lot of walkways because I think some of these walkways are absolutely absurd. Like this intersection being right there. I don't know why people are even walking over here in this area. This isn't even an area for you to be able to walk in. And we're going to go ahead. This should probably be a one-way. And we'll bring that back a little bit. But that way that just flows right into there and it comes out here. And people are trying to do turnarounds here. Awesome. You can't do U-turns there, sir. Please don't do that again. And we'll make that. They couldn't make left turns there, so we'll throw that left turn into that area. That way that's taken care of. And I mean, this is starting to look pretty good. I don't really have any issue with it whatsoever. Is there some spots that need... I mean, I don't really see anywhere, like, do we want to put something up in here? Guess we'll put something there. I mean, as we start getting high on density, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, the city is looking pretty good. Let me see. I can't move my stuff anymore. It's not working. It's working with my arrows, but it's not working with my W or anything. I wonder if I accidentally bumped something on my keyboard. But yeah, I can't move with W, A, S, and D. It's moving with my left, right arrow keys. But yeah, this city is looking pretty amazing. I like the way that this does look. So I hope you guys are enjoying it too. If you guys want to see something in particular in the next episode, don't forget to let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I already told you to comment, but let me just do it all in one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for watching. I'm pretty much just going to fly around the map now for a little bit, taking a look at things. I mean, this looks beautiful over here. This train yard. I love these assets that are in here. These train yards look great. But yeah, flying over this city like this, I mean, it's absolutely immaculate. I love this. So I hope you guys enjoy the city as well, and if you are following along, I hope your city looks as beautiful as mine does. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. I've been Chase, and I'm out. Peace.